Okay, so we're live now. Okay, so thank you for coming back to talk about what's going on in today's market. We're really glad that you're here. So you're either here live or you're on our on-demand library, which we are really appreciate you checking out. So with that said too, so if you happen to miss any of our updates or webinars or anything, we do have a link on our website that will take you to previous recordings that you can just log in and take a look. So we encourage you to do that. I do want to share my screen real quick and show you where we are. Okay, so just want to put a big plug in for Liz Muldrow. She's a buyer agent on our team, totally awesome. She's going to be hosting our Wednesday webinar this week. She's going to be talking about how to be a first-time home buyer successfully in this marketplace. So we'll be talking about how to win in a bidding war, what to do to prepare prior to starting your search, and then how to have a successful transaction once your offer is accepted. So it's going to be a really good time. It starts at noon. We do have webinars every Wednesday at noon, so just come back and check us out. But like I said, Liz Muldrow is hosting this week, so it will be a really fun webinar. We've got a ton of people registered, which is really great. All right, so now, actually I unshared my screen. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we've looked at this. We've started tracking this actually since 2017. We go over this once a month, okay, just looking at the data, where we are, where we're gonna, where we're headed. But when we went into quarantine, we started looking at this and reporting in with you on a week-to-week basis. So we're back to month, okay, because we haven't had much of a fluctuation. So we went into quarantine here. These are new homes listed every single week. So we're doing really well in 2020. 2020 is the green line. You'll see once we went into quarantine, makes sense. People stopped putting their homes on the market. So new listings coming on every week in the state of Massachusetts really plummeted down about 51%. As things started to open up, you'll see more listings came on, which was great because we had gazillions of buyers. Then went right back to mimicking the seasonality of when we have new listings coming on the market. Lost my train of thought. The great thing here, when I look back at previous recordings, we had talked about when we were in June, so as we started to do this spike up, we were hoping listings were going to continue to spike, right? Because we were trying to make up for this lost period here. Looking back at it, it's actually good in a way that it didn't happen. Because, well, one, we started to mimic the pattern, which shows that we're stabilizing. But two, you can see we're listing more consistently than previous years right now. And that's a good thing because it's helping to satisfy some of the demand. But if we'd had a flood of listings come on the market, prices would have likely have dramatically dropped. So we don't want to have such a chaotic situation going on. We want to have a balanced, consistent pattern of new listings and sales throughout the rest of the year. I don't think we'll ever make up for this, maybe sometime in 2021. I think that for the rest of fall market, we will continue. There is a decline, right? So things start to slow down. People, especially once we hit Thanksgiving time, people decide to take a break. So there are less buyers in the marketplace. There'll be less listings coming on. People don't necessarily want to list their house over Thanksgiving. But I do predict that we'll continue to stay above, we'll stay above 2019. And so that's a good thing. So if you're a buyer right now, just hang in there. I know it's competitive. It's definitely not as bad as it was over the summer, but hang in there because more buyers are going to be pulling out of the market to take a break. So that it's going to give you a huge opportunity. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm going to unshare here because I want to show you one other thing that I thought was kind of fascinating. Let's see, where is it? All right, this is homes sold since COVID-19, every single month. Okay, homes sold, right? We just talked about homes listed. All right, so homes sold since March, comparing it to the previous year. So you see, as we went into quarantine, sales really dropped, right? Then when we came out of quarantine, sales started to increase, which is really fantastic. So in the state of Massachusetts overall, during the period of March through September, sales are only down 3%, which is really good. Okay, so that means we are, making up for that period where we're in quarantine. I broke it out in Arlington as well, because I just wanted to take a stab into looking at, what really went on in that particular town. And we do a lot of business there. What's interesting is sales are up 9%. So I thought that was kind of fascinating. But anyways, so that summarizes our market update for the month of, I guess, well, so we're in October, right? We are predicting a consistent pattern of sales and listings coming on for the rest of the year, which is a good thing. So things aren't going to get chaotic. It's going to stay pretty consistent. Like I said, if you are a buyer, do come into the marketplace or hang in there if you've been in the marketplace. It's an opportunity because you're not going to have as much competition. If you are a seller, I do encourage you to get into the marketplace, because especially if you're a seller and you're going to buy, it's not going to be as competitive for you on the buy side, right? So that's a good thing. So we are going to be reporting back. Let's see, it is October 7th. So somewhere in that first week of November, we will be reporting back to you, probably the first Wednesday in November. We will be back live. And again, if you miss any of our recordings, webinars, or market updates, do go to our website, homesnorthofboston.com. Click on the event button, and it will take you to current events, or you can look at our on-demand library. All right, so thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.